Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
A vicious dog attack on Detroit's west side coming up. Who's in the hospital and who's under arrest?
The governor is asking for a 28-day extension of her emergency declaration. Tonight, the legislature is unlikely to give it. The votes simply aren't there. But will they be?
All right, Mara, but we begin with the showers moving into Metro Detroit, ending our stretch of nice dry weather.
Start things off here tonight at 11 at Ben's house. He is tracking some widespread rain headed our way. Ben?
Yeah, Kim and Devin, this is going to be the biggest rainfall event that we've had in a month. Once that rain gets settled in, it's going to be with us at least until Thursday evening, so we've got quite a bit to go. Let's go to 4 Live Radar and show you what's going on as we speak. We've just had sort of a minor line of showers coming in from the south, but you can see back to the west, that's where the big push of wet weather is. And if you slide over and look at the other side of the state, there's even more coming in from Lake Michigan. So overnight, we are going to see a push of moderate and at times heavy rain. Here's the forecast map through tonight. And again, you can see these showers really start to get going overnight. Once we get to sunrise tomorrow, I think we're going to get a little bit of a break, at least at some point during tomorrow, possibly during the morning hours leading into the afternoon, but still have rain chances yet to go for the second half. Temperatures nowhere near what we saw today, won't even get to 60. We'll make up for it in the 7-day forecast. Coming up, we will take a look at how much rain we're expecting and when we can get that warm air back into southeast Michigan. Guys?
All right, Ben, let's get to a little breaking news tonight that could shake things up in the 2020 presidential election. Tonight, U.S. Congressman Justin Amash of West Michigan launching an exploratory committee to seek the Libertarian nomination. Last year, Amash made headlines becoming the first Republican to call for President Trump to be impeached. And then, of course, you will recall he later left the Republican Party and is now the lone independent in the House of Representatives.
Frightening dog attack this afternoon on Detroit's west side as a 1-year-old little boy was mauled. This happened on Rosemont Avenue, just off 8 Mile. Jason Colthorpe is live from Detroit Animal Control tonight with an update on how the little boy is doing tonight. Jason.
Kim, going to be okay is the phrase his family used with me. However, the little boy is going to be in the hospital overnight tonight, so we're told. And if it wasn't for the quick actions of 2 men, including the little boy's father, this could have easily been a tragedy. Neighbors on Rosemont heard the yelling just before 4 o'clock. 1-year-old Kareem Ray III was outside walking, his 23-year-old father watching him, along with a 47-year-old family friend. That's when police say the dog next door slipped its chain and attacked. The boy suffered bites to his head and neck, and the family friend was bitten badly on his arm as he helped to wrestle the boy away from the dog.
He just had his first birthday. He's a nice little boy.
Angelise Harris says little Kareem is a fun-loving, energetic boy. It was her husband who was also bitten and taken to the hospital.
And we cannot be with our loved one. See, we can't even be there to comfort him.
Police arrived to the boy's family members arguing with someone associated with the dog's owner. And moments later, that gray pit bull was taken by police, as was one of the dog's owners.
I would expect a little bit more compassion from people that you just watched your dog maul a child and another person.
Harris, who works in healthcare, now worries, along with her daughters, that this puts her husband at a much greater risk for COVID-19.
You're going to be exposed to the COVID at this point because you're where it's at. Because everybody that has it is there. They took my husband to Sinai Grace. We're not even going to begin to talk about the stories that we have heard about this hospital right now. So yeah, my nerves is on 10.
Yeah, and as for the injury update here, the little boy's grandfather told me his son, the boy's father, is going to be okay. And again, little Kareem is going to spend the night in the hospital, it appears. But as for Mrs. Hare's husband, she just told me moments ago, her husband's a little worse off. He's got injuries to his hand, his arm, and other parts of his body, and she fears that he might spend a couple of days in the hospital. Kim?
Yeah, just absolutely awful. Jason, I'm wondering about the dog. Did it have to be put down? We saw him hauling it off there in the back of the animal control car.
Yeah, and kind of emotional to see the owner did show some emotion there. She was sobbing as she gave the dog to police. Actually, the dog is here tonight at Animal Control. Police tell me it's still undecided whether it will be put down or if there's a chance these owners get it back. We'll have to wait and see, Kim.
Okay. Jason, thanks. Well, in the next 24 to 48 hours, Michigan will become the 7th state to report 40,000 coronavirus cases.
Now, the growth rate of cases continues to slow, with the state reporting just over 1,000 new cases today, but 160 more lives lost. Restarting the state's economy is the focus in Lansing right now. The governor asking the legislature for a 28-day extension of her emergency declaration. The leadership in the legislature pushing her to move at a speedier pace when it comes to restarting certain economic sectors and easing more restrictions. Let's bring in Mara McDonald live with the latest coming out of Lansing and whether the votes are going to be there to extend the state of emergency. Mara.
Devin, if they had to take that vote right now, I would say no, the votes are not there. Now, that said, could there be some machinations between now and Thursday? Sure. The governor wants the legislature to extend her emergency declaration another 28 days and is getting real pushback.
And I have a lot of people contacting me, just demanding that they be able to go back to work. Pretty desperate.
Hornberger, who represents part of Macomb and St. Clair counties, tells me she's a no vote.
I don't see that happening for me. I will not support that.
Because legislators say they're not being given enough data, although talks between Whitmer and the GOP leadership are ongoing.
We've got some productive conversations going on. I know that they are interested in better understanding some of the work that the MERC has done. That's the Economic Recovery Council.
Bottom line, the legislature wants to see more movement on reopening sectors like, say, construction. Hornberger, for her part, also says there's a lot of work to be done on regional reopening plans. For starters, she and legislators from St. Clair and Lapeer think those counties with their lower COVID cases shouldn't be lumped in with Wayne, Oakland, and Macomb.
Outstate and in other regions, it does not make sense for those people to be under the same stay-at-home orders that the rest of the state is under. So I especially don't see any people outstate being willing to go 28 days. Back here live, what I'm hearing out of Lansing is this. You have some legislators who are absolutely opposed to considering a 28-day extension. You have some who would consider it. What would perhaps change their vote so that they would be a yes vote? Well, for starters, re-engaging construction, both residential and commercial, and getting hospitals back up and running to deal with elective procedures. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald. Back to you.
Okay, Mara. 200 Detroit City workers will be back on the job next week under Mayor Mike Duggan's plan.
Those workers cut the grass at city parks as well as maintain the medians and police precincts. The mayor says each worker, though, will be tested for COVID-19 before Monday, and then they will have their temperature checked every morning going forward.
We're going to have sanitation protocols for the thorough cleaning of the vehicles at the beginning and the end of each day. And we will have the necessary personal protective equipment. When our workers are anywhere near other workers, they will have to be wearing masks. But if you're on a lawnmower and you're by yourself and you're more comfortable, you'll be able to take that mask off and operate the equipment. But as soon as you get near anybody, we're going to require you to put that mask back on.
Plan to keep workers safe also includes limiting the amount of workers who can ride together to job sites. Confirmed coronavirus cases have surged past the 1 million mark now in the United States.
And now death toll projections have risen as states start to loosen restrictions.
Dr. Anthony Fauci emphasizing again the importance of a partnership between the federal government and states in expanding coronavirus testing.
The truth is that we're going in the right direction, but we need to continue to partner in a very active, collaborative way with the states.
Some states aren't waiting for testing to ramp up nationwide to reopen. Alabama rolling back many restrictions effective Thursday.
All retail businesses will be allowed to open with a 50% occupancy rate and not allow customers to congregate within 6 feet of one another.
This as researchers at the University of Washington revise their projected death toll upward, citing in part more people on the move.
Now is too soon to be easing in any state?
Not all states are easing up, though. Massachusetts Governor Charlie Baker extended closures of non-essential businesses until May 18th. California's Governor Gavin Newsom outlined phases to restart, adding that retail business and school openings are weeks away.
We, by no stretch, are out of the woods. There's durability to this virus, and there may be, we'll see, seasonality.
And in Ohio, Governor Mike DeWine is reversing his mandate that everyone wear masks inside retail businesses, although businesses are allowed to turn away customers if they do not have a face covering.